My nickname as a toddler was Tuffy because I would fall down off my bicycle and the neighbors were impressed that I never cried. Insofar as I'm somewhat known for gender equity issues, I would have to say I've been fighting them all my life. I had this desire from the beginning. I wanted to be the best student. I was going to be valedictorian, wanted to be captain of the cheerleaders. You know, I wanted to be outstanding in my field. I ended up going to 4 institutions of higher learning, Maryville, then Hendrix, then the Institute of European Study in Vienna, and graduated from UALR. I come back from Vienna, and at that time, I'm thinking, you know, I've got to do something with my life, and I started thinking, you know, it'd be great to travel around, so maybe I want to join the Foreign Service. And my father said, you have to save $5,000 because you can't go off to DC and not have any money in the bank. And 2 weeks after I graduated from UALR, Alan Leverett, who lived in the apartment below mine, he tricked me into coming to work for the Arkansas Times. But I so fell in love with his dream of this fantastic magazine for Arkansas that would, you know, make everybody proud. And I so fell in love with the whole industry that I never left. When I joined the company in 1978, I made the 4th person on the team. And my job description was to do advertising sales. I hated it. And for about the 900th time, I was complaining about the ad manager. And my mother said, well, why don't you just buy him out? And I thought, well, that's one way to get rid of your manager. So I ultimately bought out one of the 3 partners. That's how I came to actually be a major stockholder. It was around that time that I started to dream about running my own business. We split into 2 separate operations, but that gave me the opportunity to develop a business the way that I thought would be effective. We decided to do a special issue of Arkansas Times, and we were going to focus on the companies in Arkansas that were tops in their field nationally. And that issue was the biggest issue we had ever done. Shortly on the heels of that, a young man named Dan Owens came to us and said, you know, he wanted to do a business publication, and we said, we do too. And in 1984, launched Arkansas Business. Arkansas Business was doing a story on women serving on boards of directors. And the reporter who was working on the story made the mistake of telling me that a bank president in town, when asked, why don't you have any women on your board, replied, there are no women qualified. I thought, I'd like to do a new publication, and I'm going to call it the Top 100 Women. And I'm going to exhaustively find these incredible women who could serve on any board in the state, and I'm going to mail it to every board member with a letter that says, in case you have an opening and wonder what woman might be qualified, here are 100. So for 5 years we did that, and it was so exciting having all these women in the same room at the same time. And we would talk about what could we do to help women and girls in the areas of math and science. I was the only woman in the room for most of my career. And now we see women advancing in all careers throughout Arkansas and the country. It's like a moving freight train of issues that affect the entire community. If you help a woman, she's going to bring a family with her, but we have to be in the room. I'm really proud mostly of these people and what they've accomplished, but that gives me enormous satisfaction, having created good jobs for good people. So proud to have been part of that.